and welcome to France 24's weekly music show. I'm Marjorie Hache, and I'm delighted to welcome one of Detroit's most acclaimed DJs and producers. Not only did he found techno collective Underground Resistance in the late 80s in his native city, he also created extensively in Chicago, Berlin, and here in France, where he was awarded the prestigious cultural title of Officier des Arts et des Lettres in 2017. From residencies in clubs and museums to film soundtracks, he's never been afraid to break down molds and boundaries. And he just literally landed in Paris and will be taking part this week in the JazzALaVillette festival alongside Sun Ra Arkestra. Jeff Mills, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
No, it's really great to have you to talk about the show that's going to be taking place this week at JazzALaVillette, because this is going to be with Tomorrow Comes the Harvest, which is a project you started over several years ago with Afrobeat drummer Tony Allen. And since his passing, the project has evolved inevitably. And I believe for this set, you'll be having the tablas player Prabhu Edward with you on stage. Can you tell us a little bit more about what we can expect?
Yeah. I mean, the project started with Tony Allen and myself, and well, the essential element is to put ourselves in a situation to be as free as possible. So there's no pre-planning, there's no pre-thought, there's no discussion. We just take the stage and we play based on how we feel in that moment, and we connect together to create a much larger objective. And so the performance is really the demonstration of us connecting and reaching that higher level of consciousness.
Wow, that sounds incredible. And it's something that I think the audience would be able to partake in as well. Now, you've also got Sun Ra Arkestra playing alongside you. How exciting is it to have them, just playing on the same date? Because, they've been around for 50 years, since the 1950s, and they're very experimental. They don't shy away from improv as well.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's for a project like this, I think it's vital that the musicians are great conversationalists that always have a lot to say and a lot of opinion, because it comes out in the performances and when we're playing together. And so very nice people, very respectful. All these things are related to eventually what the music will sound like and how it's structured. And they're incredible musicians that can think very fast and to think ahead of masters of sexualizing and categorizing movements and things like that. So I think it's symbolic of what's happening in music right now. I think to be free, to be unrestricted, is really connected to the freedom that we have in terms of communicating to, with the internet and, social media and things like that. So.
That's interesting. Now, Tomorrow Comes the Harvest is set to release a new record in the new year. And we're going to have a little glimpse of this record. Here's the teaser. This is the single, The Happening. The Happening, which is going to be part of Tomorrow Comes the Harvest's new record, and it's going to be called The Forbidden Planet, which is out next year. Jeff, can you tell us more about the concept? Because Forbidden Planet gives sci-fi vibes already.
Yes. It's based on the idea of exploration and encountering things that are unpredictable and being in a place that we're not supposed to be.
Forbidden.
And so there's a variety of things on this album. unlike the first album where it was more coincidental, it was a capture of a live performance. This one is intentional. So it's we purposely explored certain type of techniques to record the music because we want the listener to feel as if there's some place where it's not
You're not used to
permitted.
going.
Yeah, so it's wonderful. We recorded it in mostly here in Paris, but also in Miami, it's just wonderful.
And France is a big inspiration for you if you've been able to record here. What is it about France that you like?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a place where I moved to about 12 years ago from Berlin, and the people here the French are very sensitive to emotion, and so if you really have something substantial to say, there are people here that will give you the time to actually say it, and if it's something that they can connect to, then it can become something more, and so this is the perfect place to materialize like this album and these type of performances.
And we've talked about freedom being, the freedom in creating is such an important factor. You've not shied away from playing with analog or technical, like digital. You're happy to play with all sorts of instruments. And I wondered where you sat when it came to artificial intelligence. Is it a tool that you're willing to play with or you're interested in playing with?
Yeah, I mean, well, when we perform, we're not connected together. It's completely free. Even my setup, electronically, it's not connected to either one of the musicians, and so, but yet I've found a way to speak to other musicians that play just as freely. And we've found a way to connect, and I think that's kind of symbolic as to the type of freedom that any musician of any genre would like to explore, and so considering AI and the ability to be able to reimagine is very important to, I think, to the future of this project. And so I've worked with it. We'll probably use it more as it develops and becomes more intelligent. Where it will lead to in terms of music, I'm not quite sure, but I definitely think it's something that we should consider more on a positive sense than actually negative.
Okay. Well, how about we check out some other music news? Avant-garde pop artist David Byrne, who rose to fame in the 70s as part of punk band Talking Heads, is releasing a new album. Who is the Sky? The 73-year-old once again called on New York's Ghost Train Orchestra, and the record features the likes of St. Vincent and Hayley Williams from Paramore. Here's the very cool video for Everybody Laughs.
1, 2, 3, and... Everybody laughs and everybody cries. Everybody lives and everybody dies. Everybody eats and everybody loves. Everybody knows what everybody does. Everybody's going through the changes. Every complication.
Oh, David Byrne there. Now, he's quite an inspiring artist who plays with orchestrations, particularly in his last few albums. Do you think completely differently when you're creating or composing with machines or like a philharmonic orchestra?
Yeah, yes, it's quite different, but the objective is typically the same. So there is always this level that one would like to reach where you give so much to the listener that they become detached, untethered to what it was that they were connected to at the beginning. that they kind of lose themselves based on what they're hearing, and as a result begin to feel more of who they are. That's runs through every genre.
Well, how about we do a bit of rock and roll now, because it's time to meet with the Hives. The Hives, who are returning with a new album. It's their 7th, and it's called The Hives Forever. Forever the Hives, high energy rock and roll at its finest. It was recorded in Benny Andersson from ABBA's studio in Stockholm, with Mike D from the Beastie Boys on production, and Josh Homme from the Queens of the Stone Age as consultant. Here's the video for Legalize Living.
I'm singing the songs, but you won't see me singing along. They say it can't be done, but I said they're all wrong. See me ride into the sunset, see me vanish in the sea. I'm doing wrong and
that's all we have time for. Jeff Mills, it's been an absolute honour to have you on the show. Have fun at JazzALaVillette this week, and we look forward to your next album coming out in the start of 2026. Now we're going to play out with some British indie rock. Suede are back in full form. Antidepressants, that's the name of their new album, with an incredible sleeve which illustrates perfectly the gothic and post-punk feel of the album. And this is the track Dancing with the Europeans.
oh.